I can't tell you how you're supposed to live your life and what is the right way for you to live. But I can make it easier by giving guidance. Guidance you to let go of extra baggage, unnecessary load that you are carrying with you. And one of the combining something that we all can mostly share as humanity is that we often excessively worry too much about so many things. I have done it too, and by time and experience, I have learned that there have to be that delicate balance between letting go and worrying. And you have to be very careful when you are constantly keeping certain kind of things too much in your head and circulating around them and thinking about them, worrying about. There are those times and spaces where there can be some kind of use for worrying, that you can prepare and think things through comprehensively. But most of the time you are just excessively worrying. Especially I encourage you to let go of those things that you can't really control about. Stop thinking about them so much and worrying about. Because end of the all, there is no use for that kind of behavior. It is just taking you down instead of giving you something. I used to in my past thinking about always the best outcome and always following the news, and there always was talking about different kind of wars and that we should be very prepared and scared. I myself live in Finland, and a long time there was always a threat that the neighbor Russia would pose some kind of threat to us, and there was constantly always news about that, and I was always thinking about these things and worrying so much. Especially when we have in Finland, we have this compulsory military that we have to defend our country if the times needs it. All the 18 plus men have to go through army, and so on. So of course I always think about the worst outcome, and if I have to go to that war zone. That was something that I really did not want to. But by time I just understood that I really can't control of these things, and worrying about these things, it is not good for me. It is keeping me constantly in fear, in negative emotions. I can't truly live my life and see all the goodness in life and be everything that I wanted to be, because I am constantly giving my all energy and focus to something negative. I'm constantly projecting to my mind the worst outcome, imagining and preparing to something that necessarily won't never happen. Constantly sending to my brain, mind, instructions, orders that prepare for the worst and everything is so bad and so on. When truly these things are just some kind of images and projections and something that our minds have imagined that necessarily don't have to happen at all. So I always instruct to many, just take things as they come, when they come, and do not dwell on those things so much, on those negatives. Focus on this moment, this life that you have and taking everything out from it, enjoying it. Do not let those outside voices and outside things that you can't control take away everything that you have. And of the only thing that you can control is you and your thoughts and how you are behaving and reacting to everything, seeing everything. There is just no use, no benefit for worrying about so many things. And things just naturally by time tend to work out for your best. Not always, but most of the time. And there is certain kind of the way things happen naturally for greater good. But it needs for us to let go and in some sense just go with the flow and focus on those things that matter, that you can control. You should give your own best always, do your own part to do good, so that everything else always goes to that direction too. We think that if we worry about so much things, it would be good for us and for Creator good, but actually it is constantly opposite. You are blocking yourself growth and everything that you can give positively to this world by doing that. So if you truly want to do best and what is good for you and good for all, you should try to focus on more on you and doing good than just worrying. Our minds and this reality is that way kind of weird, that what we focus on about, we attract more on our lives. So if we are constantly thinking about the worst outcome, it will reflect on so many ways in our concrete lives, in our own reality. What you feed to yourself, it keeps multiplying constantly. And there is that thing also, that how you want to see things. You always tend to see the same way constantly later on, these things the same way. If you always think that the glass is full empty, half empty, you will always see those neutral things negatively, then there is always the opportunity to see them in a positive way too. Our minds and perceptions, it is so strong and should be something that we all understand. But this advice that I'm giving you today, it can be collectively used for your greater good and collective good. There are certain kind of experiences and pains and tough times that we have to go through, but it would be all much easier if we let go all of the excessive, unnecessary stuff that are just holding on us down. You can imagine when you are taking a race, running race, and if you are holding with you a backpack full of rocks, it is so much harder to you to run effectively. But if you let go of those rocks in your backpack, it will come so much lighter and easier, and all those difficulties and challenges, obstacles, you can face and overcome so much easier. So I really encourage you to truly enjoy this life more. It is your choice how you want to live this life and how you want to see everything. Do you want to focus and believe everything that you have been given outside of you? Do you want to believe that this world is bad place or the goodness of all, and that everything is forming for your greater good? Can you believe that if this world and everything exists, still there have to be some kind of good order behind everything? There have to be some kind of benevolent force behind everything that is wanting for our greater good, and why everything still exists. Because if the bad dark forces would be the controlling ones in everywhere, everything would have been destroyed already and nothing would exist. So you truly have to believe that there is goodness of all behind everything, and everything will work for your greater good end of it all, even if it takes time. So truly start to live the way you want to live this life. I believe that all of us just want good in our lives and be happy and enjoy everything. And it is possible for all of us. But we have to individually choose that life. Nothing can be forced upon us. And that is also something to realize and understand. But I truly hope that you can now focus more on those things that are beneficial, not only you but all of us, to this world. Letting go all of those things that don't benefit nobody, nothing, so that you can give so much more and live so much more, and that way also give more. I thank you again, as always, being with me today. If you're interested about personal coaching in a certain kind of area, be free to check out the description box below. But I hope you all the best and love and light as always, and thank you so much being with me today, and take care.